So you got a lot going on right now. But before we sort of get to all of that, I wanted to do a real quick intro and just tell you thank you for taking the time to kind of spend with some of our winners here in San Antonio. So we have Elise and her whole family. So if you see a whole car of people, that's Elise, right?
Yeah.
We have Noah and his mom. They're there kind of together hanging out. Mom, you probably won't be able to see mom on camera because she's a little, I think, camera shy a little bit. And then Marky, who's here too, like and Marky's got some really good questions for you. So we'll get to those here in a bit. All right.
Okay, too lit.
All right, cool. But you've been like super busy, man. Like you got a lot going on.
Oh my God. Ice, get
you
out
got
of
a
here.
new drink.
Get out of here. Sorry, my dog just farted on me.
No worries. That's the whole reason that I closed the door.
I can't believe you just did that in front of all these people. Damn. All right, sorry, go ahead.
No worries, no worries. But you got a lot going on. You got a vodka. You're releasing music. Obviously, this, the TikTok thing is doing really, really well for you. Like, how do you know which projects to focus on and what you want to do? Is it just what you want to do?
I was just gonna ask you how I should spend my time because I really don't know.
Dude, I don't think you have any extra time to spend.
Nah, honestly, I really just try to, at this stage in my life, it's really about just choosing the things that I love. I think that I've always had that mindset to some degree, but it was just really just laser focused on just music from when I was a kid. That was the thing that I loved most, so I lasered in. But I had little moments where I like veered and did other things, like I boxed. And that was like a thing for, a couple of years. And then I played basketball and that was my thing for a couple of years. But in throughout my entire life, music was like the main focus always. Now I've been able to spread my tentacles and obviously I have a lot more interests at this point in my life. So, I mean, I love creation in general. So that's kind of taken me to other places, I guess.
So like as you're learning to kind of create new and different things, obviously you're kind of learning a lot along the way. Like what have you learned about yourself, just in this process of putting the vodka together, getting back in, getting the music career, releasing lifestyle. Obviously the TikTok game is strong, like what have you learned about yourself kind of through all of these different things? Because I feel like the process to learn is so different in all of those things.
They're different, but they're similar. So the similarities kind of lie within the creation aspect, right? I love creating something from nothing. And for TikTok and specifically, a lot of what I've learned in the music industry has kind of translated over. And it's like it was a bit of a learning curve, learning the audience, learning like what kind of makes people tick, for lack of a better term. And I think with those specific rules, I kind of just create my content within those parameters. Simple things like capturing people from the very top of the video. How do you make somebody stop scrolling? How do you keep somebody engaged for a certain amount of time? Everybody has so many options these days, right? So like as a musician, you're not just competing against other musicians. I mean, forget the other musicians. You're competing against Netflix. You're competing against all sports. Basketball, baseball, football. I mean, you're competing against the biggest movies in the world. You're competing against everything. We have so many options in 2021. So it's literally about trying to, as a brand, stay in people's mind's eye as much as you can.
Yeah, for sure, my man. So have you missed, obviously during the pandemic, everybody's missed something. How much have you missed being on the road and seeing fans and playing shows and that kind of thing?
I mean, that's, kind of like the only thing that's kind of been tough in this time. I feel like being at home has been incredible though, spending time on the road. I spent my last 10, 11 years on the road. So finally getting a time to be in my own space has been incredible. But the only thing about that is not being able to perform for a live audience. I mean, it's cool performing for the digital audiences, but it's definitely not the same.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so let's go ahead and pass it around here. We're gonna throw it first to the car full of people, and let's go ahead and take Elise off mute so that the entire fam can say hi to Jason Derulo and ask you a question. All right.
All right.
Hi.
Hey, what's up, family?
My birthday's November 7th. Just letting you know.
Sorry.
What did he say? My birthday is November 7th. Just saying.
Oh, okay. Well, happy early birthday. It's really early.
I have a question. When did you start like your music career and why?
Well, I started my journey really early on. I was about 4 years old when I decided that music was what I wanted to do, and I was lucky because I found my passion very early on. And I think the sooner you find your passion, the more opportunity that you have to become great at it, right? Because you're plugging away on that specific thing for a lot of years. And it wasn't until 2016 where I got my first writing placement as a songwriter for different artists, and that propelled me to be able to get my deal in 2009, where I released my first song.
So real quick follow up on that. Like, how do you know like that at that early age that is what you wanted to do? Like, you wanted to be an artist and a singer.
Only because I was just so obsessed with it, So like it was all that I wanted to do, all I wanted to watch, all I wanted to take part in. And I guess from that point on, my focus kind of stayed there, and I begged my parents to go to performing arts schools and to learn more. I just wanted to learn more.
Right. So interesting thing that a lot of people, that are on, I guess the consumption side of the music industry, they don't see all of the hard work. So I think this is a really unique opportunity when we're talking to Elise and Marky and Noah, just to like, what kind of hard work did you have to go through to get to where you are?
I mean, I sacrificed a normal life, so to speak. So I wasn't the normal average kid, come home, do my homework, and then go play, and then back to going to school the next day. That wasn't my schedule.
Right.
My schedule was wake up in the morning, go to the gym early in the morning before school, and I had a walk to the bus stop. The walk to the bus stop, I would literally dance my way to my bus stop and be singing at the top of my lungs at 5 a.m. People were probably looking outside of their windows, so that I could be training at that time. After school, I would go directly to the studio. And then try to like fit in my homework somewhere between that and when I fell asleep. So I had a lot of tired days, but all of my days were filled with things of that nature. There was not very much playtime for me. I didn't really lead that kind of childhood.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. All right, let's go ahead and go to Noah with his question. Go for it, Noah, and say hi.
Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
What's up, Noah? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. So I've been a big fan of you for a long time. I've always been supporting you and your music, and and introducing it to my family and everything. And we've always been really intrigued by you saying Jason Derulo at every like song. So we want to know like what was the inspiration behind doing that?
I was 19 when I was first coming out, so I just really wanted to stamp my name out there. And yeah, I just came up with a jingle that happened to catch on.
Nice.
I think it's the melodic, it was like the perfect melody, I guess, that just really just caught people's attention. Melody is king. If you have a great melody,
Right.
like, I mean, at the end of the day, you're pretty lit. The melody is everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's interesting because like some of those things, like you can't get them out of your head, right? Whether it's a jingle for Coca-Cola or some kind of, Frosted Flakes in the morning, whatever it is, like you're 100% right. Melody is king, and those are the things that, just cement themselves in your mind and make sure that you can never forget, what you're doing, what you're consuming, or what you're exposing yourself to.
For sure, and I see myself as a brand just like that, right? So like when I look at Jason Derulo, the brand, not talking about myself specifically, but the brand, I tried to make it as as commercial, as wide, as broad as possible. So, I treat it just like it's any other brand. So, you know, whereas, people might have a manager, I think Jason Derulo needs a CEO. So my quote unquote manager that I had before is a CEO for me. He's not a manager. It's a totally different situation because this is not a music career. This is a brand that has been built. So it's it spreads way far beyond music.
Dope. All right, let's go ahead and go to Marky. Marky, go ahead and say hi to Jason and go ahead and ask your question, brother.
Yo, what's going on, Jason? How are you, man?
I'm good. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, sir. I actually have 2 questions to ask you, sir. Mm-hmm. So one of them is, how do you manage to keep your body in good shape from all them sweets you be eating on TikTok?
Man, I work out a ton. So I woke up pretty late today. I was in the studio until late. I probably woke up at like say 11. I worked out from 11 to 12:30, and then I had like some meetings, and in between my meetings, I'll like go in and do little things here and there.
You just be burning it.
Yeah, so like I'm really active, and especially right now, like I made it a point to where like now I'm going to like totally switch my body up from being average to super crazy. So like
I know what you mean.
Yeah, so like now, like starting I've started this week. I'm like really on workout mode because I'm about some healthy like a really healthy product that I believe is going to change the fitness industry. So I want to make sure that I look the part as well.
I feel you. Well, my next question is, I've been studying your music for a while now. I'm an upcoming artist myself. I have a question to ask you. What advice would you give to upcoming artists that are trying to get to like somewhere like where you are?
I think the main 2 things I would say is first, don't be afraid to like collaborate with people. Collaboration is good from a lot of different perspectives. I mean, it gives you a chance to be exposed to different people. It offers you a chance to learn from other people too. So collaborate with people that are around in your circle, or collaborate. I mean, it's 2021, so you can collaborate with anybody. You can message anybody, be like, "Hey, you want to do something together?" It helps you stretch that muscle, right? And the other thing is the amount of songs that you got to do. I mean, I write so many songs. I mean, and at this point in my life, I mean, like, I've reached us to a certain level of songwriting where I think, I'm a lot better than most people, even in the industry, a lot better at songwriting. But still, I'm still writing hundreds and hundreds of songs because it stretches my muscle, but it also gives me a better opportunity to choose within those songs and have a better selection to choose from. If I only wrote 10 songs, I only have 10 songs to choose from. If I write hundreds of songs, I mean, you just do the math. It's partly a numbers game. If you just keep on making more and more material, you just have
more content.
Yeah, you just have a better chance of writing something incredible.
Yeah, that's my dream, to be a writer for people one day too, because I do the music writing thing too. But thank you, man, for that advice. Really appreciate it.
For sure.
All right, cool. Well, thank you so much for the time, Jason. And one last thing I want to get in here real quick is just, kind of a group picture real fast. So if everybody can, go ahead and put on, your fancy faces or your big smile, make sure you're on the side that you want to take a picture on. If you're that kind of person. And we'll let the Atlantic team go ahead and, you know, count us down from 3, 2, 1 to take the photo.
All right, ready, everyone? Just real fast. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Got it.
Right.
Dope.
It is.
Jason, thank you so much for the time, man. We appreciate you. Can't wait for you to make your way down here to San Antonio, hopefully real soon, so we can all see you in person, brother.
For sure, for sure. Nice to meet you all. And Ernie, thank you, man. Thank you for the continued support. I appreciate you, my brother.
Always.